What's up, guys? In this video I want to talk about dependency injection, and I will show you an example in C Sharp. Of course, the programming language is not important here. Maybe you can do this in other languages, but the most important thing here is the concept of dependency injection. Now let me explain when we can use dependency injection. Imagine that you have a class and you want to use another class inside your current class. We call the second class a dependency, and you have to inject that second class, inject that dependency inside our current class. Okay, that's enough for talking, and let me show you by code. Before I start to coding, let me say that this is a C# console application, and consider the main class as our application. Okay, imagine that we have a class called student, and there is a method in it called register. Also, we have another class called logger, and there is a method in it called log. We use logger to log or write something in the console. Also, I get the message here as a parameter. Yes, that's it. Now we have two classes, the student class and the logger class. Now I want to use the logger class inside the student class. Okay, how do you do that? The first way is to declare an instance of logger class everywhere in the student class that I need it. Uh, Let me show you the first way. For example, here in the register class I can say var logger equals to new logger, and then I can say logger dot log something. Yeah, that's it. And how I can use the student class inside our application here. I can say var student equals to new student. Sorry. And then I can say a student dot register. Okay, it will work, but it's not the best way, uh, because we declared an instance of logger class directly inside the student class. In small applications, you can do whatever you want, but as your codes grow, especially in enterprise applications, you have to follow some rules to make your code more maintainable. And one of these rules is that you have to make your modules, make your classes completely separated from each other, and this will improve the coupling and cohesion of your code, and also help you to maintain your code easily. The first rule that we don't have to use an instance of a class directly inside another class, okay, like this. So what should we do now here? Let me show you the second way, and the best way that is also called dependency injection. Okay, the first step is to write an interface for our classes. For example, here I can use the logger class, and I have to write an interface for the logger class. Public interface iLogger. Yes, and there is a method here called like. And now I have to say that the logger class is implemented based on iLogger interface. Yes, and the second step is to define a field in the student class uh, with type of iLogger interface. Okay, so here I have to say private. I use private because this is a field for a student class and I just want to use it in the student class's scope. Private iLogger uh, underline logger, and then I have to initialize this field inside the constructor of the student class. So let me write the constructor for the student class, public student, and here I have to get an instance of logger class that uh, its type is iLogger as a parameter. So I have to say iLogger uh, logger. Yes, that's it. And here I have to say this field, uh, this underline logger field is equal to this logger. So here I say underline or underscore logger equals to logger. Yes, and uh, I have to delete these old codes. Okay, now I can use this logger everywhere in the student class that I need. For example, here I can say underline or underscore logger dot log, for example, student was registered. Uh, Now look at these two classes, the student class and the logger class. We don't use, we didn't use any other classes in the student class. Look at these lines. You don't see an instance of logger class. You just see an interface. And we told the student class, hey, you just have an interface of a logger class. And the student class don't know anything, doesn't know anything about the logger class. Okay, and it means that you separated the student class and the logger class from each other. Okay, but how you can use the student class in the uh, main class and in your applications? You have to prepare the dependencies here. Okay, what is a dependency? Look at the constructor here. uh, Logger class is the dependency. You have to inject that dependency, inject the logger, an instance of logger uh, as a parameter to the constructor of the student class. Okay, it means you injected the logger to the student class. Okay, so here I have to say var logger equals to new logger, and here in the constructor of the student class I have to pass that logger, inject that logger to the student class. Yes, that's it. Now let's see if it will work or not. Yes, as you can see, it worked correctly. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you have any idea, please comments below. I try to read all of them. Uh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Good luck, goodbye. And before ending the video, I have to say that the source code is uh, on my GitHub account and you can download it. The link is in the description.